Alright guys, so in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the new snapshot for the Caves and Cliffs update that just came out. Alright, cool. So first you can see that I got this bucket of axolotl, which is one of the new things that they added in axolotl to the game. If you don't know what axolotl is, it's like a little amphibious creature that's like really cute, kind of swims around. It also makes barking noises. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. Let's go over to the little pool here. Alright, so this one's brown. I think that there's other colors as well. Okay, I got some yellow ones actually. That's actually really cool. Let's the pink one is on the bucket, so can we get one of those? Okay. I don't know, is that like a... It's like a blue, pink, purple, a little bit, both? I don't want to have to kill all these axolotls. Hello? / kill... Why am I in caps? That's why. Yeah. Oh, that was also me. So next, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the new blocks here. If you go down, you can see that there's a new one called Tinted Glass. And I guess a good way to show that would be... Let's go over here, take some of the Tinted Glass. Basically, what Tinted Glass does is the player can see outside, but it doesn't allow any light inside or out. Let me show you what I mean. So it's completely pitch black in here. Just absolutely dark. I can like barely even see. But outside it's still light and you can see that. And then as soon as you break it, all of a sudden you can see again. And then even if we go like right out here, let's box ourselves like a fish. Should be completely dark. It's kind of trippy a little bit actually. And then let's set time set. Let's set it to nighttime and put a little torch in here or something. See, nice and bright in here. And there's just no light. And next I want to go ahead and show you some of the new plants that they got. Drip leaves are very interesting. So basically what the drip leaves do is they allow a player to stand on them for about 1.5 seconds before they fall. And I'm not certain how they're going to be using it in-game generation-wise, but the first thing that came to mind when I heard of that was to make a trap. Let's try it this way. Let's go that way, and then we'll just do this. Basically, what I'm gonna see is if you could create like a like a Viet Cong kind of trap. Oh, that is unfortunate. But we'll just ignore that one. So let's just cover this up, and then you got some unsuspecting people. They're walking along. They come down here and die. That's actually kind of cool. I feel like somebody could find a better use for that than me, but that's my kind of take on it there. Alright, so next we got the azaleas and flowering azaleas. Basically, it's a new flower kind of thing. They're pretty looking. They don't really do much. You can't use bone meal on them or anything. But they're kind of nice. Alright, next we got the moss block. So this is interesting for a couple reasons. One, it just kind of looks cool. I feel like I could do a lot of wilderness kind of builds. But one of the interesting things is if you go ahead and plant it here in the ground and use some bone meal on it, it'll do the normal stuff, some grass, and it also plants the flowering azalea. But you'll get a new item called moss carpet, which you can take and place down. New kind of carpet type thing, nice and stackable there. I feel like that's going to look really cool. It'll help for a lot of different builds, and especially if you want to do like a wilderness lean-to. All right, then we'll go ahead and cut that. The fuck is a spore blossom? All right, so next up we have the glow lichen, and if you don't know what lichen is, it's basically like a moss, and this thing glows. So usually you can find these in the new caves. Let's see if we can go down here, and I'll show you a little bit better if we can find a cave here. Basically, you would find this here in the new cave generation. Let's put some on the wall here. And it'll just kind of be intermittently spaced throughout some of the new caves. And it'll be sort of a bioluminescent glow. Not super bright, but just enough to help you see a little bit. Alright, so next up, we just showed you the glowing lichen, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the new mob that was voted for. The glowing squid, which actually, I didn't like it at first, but honestly, it looks awesome. So, look at that. When you hit it, it kind of drops the bioluminescence for a second, and it'll swim off. But it's kind of cool. The water here is kind of messed up because I just placed it, but ordinarily, they look pretty graceful. And when you kill them, they drop the glowing ink sac. And for basically what this does, you can craft a couple different things. One of it is the glowing item frame. Basically, it's a glowing item frame. I mean, that's pretty much it. It sort of highlights things. You can see it a little bit better. Alright, so next up, I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the amethyst and new cave generation. So as you can kind of see right here, you get these huge, long caverns now. If you take a look at that, certainly they look a lot bigger because they actually increase the world height. It extends down into the negatives now. It used to just go down to 0. Take a look at that. That's just a huge cave. Let's see if we can find a geode. That's where you'll be able to see the new amethyst. And this is coming from a former Bedrock player. Oh, there's geode. But in Bedrock, we don't usually get the updates until a few months later. Ooh, alright. So this is basically the new geode. Ooh, let me get out of spectator mode. And this is where you're going to be able to find this new amethyst, as well as a couple other blocks. One is just this kind of placeholder white block. That's calcite. Ordinarily in real life, that's what you'd find on the outside of geodes. And this is tuff. Basically just different types of rocks. Probably, I assume, going to be the kind of new versions of andesite and granite that you just don't really want. You can hear that lightly when you're walking on the amethyst. It has like an almost musical tune. And when you break it, it's a little louder. Yeah. But if you break them in survival, you'll get these amethyst shards, which you can use to craft them, or you can break them with silk touch, which is also how you get these little puppies. Basically just amethyst buds. Alright, next up I want to show you some of the new snow stuff from the sort of cliff side of the update. So first we're going to start off with Snowier Snow. That's right, they finally actually added it. Snowier Snow. So basically what happens if you go inside this is you start to get this little particle effect around your screen with snowflakes and stuff. It actually looks kind of cool. But eventually, actually let me show you. Man, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here! Get out of my room, I'm trying to film a video! Anyway. So, basically if you go in here and you're in survival, you just wait, you'll start to see these beautiful little snowflakes. Get away from me. You know what? Why don't you come in here? Yep. So what happens is you'll start taking like a frost damage if you stay in here too long. Also, you sink. It's like a quicksand almost. And you walk through it pretty slow. You can't jump to the top. Alright, so I took us to somewhere where it's magically snowing. And let's place down some of this new powdered snow. And another interesting thing now that I'm in creative is if you put skeletons on them, eventually they will turn into strays if they stay in here too long. I don't know exactly how long, but he looks like he's chilling. Oh. Okay, I actually didn't know this, but if you can actually see through this. There's sort of a foggy-like texture in it, but you can see through it when you're walking through it. That's actually kind of interesting. Hello. Alright, well, they're supposed to turn into strays. I don't know what exactly is taking him so long, but eventually he will turn into one. Let me just back out of here. Oh, wait a minute. There he is. Alrighty. Nice. Well, he looks like he's having a good time. Alright, get on out of here, you crazy kiddo. Just get on over there. So, I've gathered up some of the last few little changes I want to show you. One is they added the spyglass. And for those of you who don't know what it does, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it lets you zoom in. Now, it does pretty much the same thing as Optifine, but it gives you a weird little overlay. That's, I don't know. I don't know who this is for. I don't know exactly. I mean, I guess in an RP sense, it could be kind of cool. I mean, but it doesn't really change anything. It's not like it renders more. I guess it zooms in a little bit better. I don't know. I'm sure at some point it'll have its uses, but just not now. Alright, next up we have the bundle. And the bundle seems like another sort of confusing inventory fix, like the shulker box. Basically, you can put things in it. Yeah. There is some rules, though. Obviously, you can't put any shulker boxes in it. And things that are not stackable, like, for example, the spyglass or, like, buckets or weapons, they can go in only once. But you can put in stackable items, like if you wanted to put in 64 cobblestone, you could, but you can only put in one sword and the thing's full. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So I put in the spyglass, which is not stackable, and then if I wanted to, I could put in like 13 stone, and it's only 13 out of 64. I am curious though, does the bundle, can a bundle go in a bundle? The people want to know. It can. Wait, okay, that seems really confusing. It counts for 4. So if I put that in there, can okay, so you can't put a full bundle inside of another bundle. Interesting. Alright, next up we have the clock, which is not changed in any real sense, but it does look a little different. It's a little bit more golden and got kind of a thicker outline. I mean, I guess it looks nicer, but that's pretty much all they did to it. I'm not certain why. Then we have the compass, which has just ever so slightly been changed to look a little bit more silver and a little thicker, I guess, but that's pretty much it. Alright, so also we have the glow berries, and you'll see why I changed to night in a moment. You can obtain these from cave vines, and when you plant them, they'll have a chance to be glowing. And you can also eat them, of course. But if you use some bone meal, boom, you now have a little light source. So there's a lot of like different bioluminescent plant light sources in this update. Oh, and you can also pick them. But if you go ahead and do that, you should be able to just blow them all. And it looks kind of nice, maybe like a Christmassy thing going. Next up, we have the skulk sensor that acts as a redstone output if it senses movement. So you can see that this is not activated at all, but if I throw something, boom, it's activated. But it only does that when it's moving. A couple uses I could maybe see for that is you could definitely get some sort of Minecraft home security system going. That could be kind of fun. Also, I believe it alerts if there's like a warden nearby. The warden acts in the same sort of way, since it's like technically a blind mob. Alright, so next up we have the lightning rod, which basically acts as, well, a lightning rod. It directs lightning in a thunderstorm to that specific point instead of accidentally burning your house down or taking down an entire forest. To demonstrate that, I've turned it to a thunderstorm, and I'm going to use this channeling trident to direct a lightning strike there. Real quick though, it also lets out a redstone signal when it's struck. I don't know why you would need anything specifically to activate during a thunderstorm, but it's now there. See? Nice. Also looks kind of cool. I mean, let's do it. I mean, why am I front? Let's do it again. Nice. How many can we get going? Yeah, I don't know what you would need to activate during a thunderstorm specifically, but it's there now. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and set up a little place for us, because as you'll see, the next thing added is going to be very nice. And that is because you can now put these new candles that they've added onto a cake, making it a birthday cake. Now to light these, basically you're just going to need like a flint and steel, or I believe you can also use a fire charge if you want to. It seems kind of a waste, but it's supposed to. Where's the little particle effect? So for some reason I didn't have particles on. So we'll go ahead and use a purple candle because that's my favorite color. And boom. It's now a little candle. It's got the little thing. You could snub it out with your hand, I believe. I don't want to do it because I like it. And if you want to go for that emo or goth birthday party, of course you can go for a nice black candle. And there you go. And don't worry, you can still eat it. It'll just pop that candle off and you can use it again. Last but certainly not least, we have the pointed dripstone and the dripstone block. Now the dripstone block is pretty much just an ordinary block, you know. But the pointed dripstone is like a stalagmite or stalactite, I don't know. You can put it on the ceilings places. Ordinarily you'll find this in the new caves that it generate. And they are actually really dangerous because they can drop on you and kill you. I love the animation though. I love that it finally has something cool like that. Goodbye anvil. Hello giant pointed dripstone. So for this last part, I'm going to do a little scientific experiment where I see the damage that the dripstone is going to go ahead and do to me. So as you can see, it has a little bit of obviously a drip particle. The drip. Alright, here we go. Let's try to aim for the top there. Alright, so that took probably, let's see, that'd be about 3 hearts. So if that happens to you a couple times, and I assume that there's some way, I wonder if it could have like a cave-in effect with multiple surrounding. But if multiple of those hit you, you're definitely going to be taking some damage there. Let's see. Can we get kind of a cave-in thing to happen? I wonder. No, it doesn't actually. It does not happen. Okay, so I guess there's a little bit less damage. I think it would be kind of cool if you were just kind of wandering and then all of a sudden, you get like 16 pointed dripstone stalactites falling down on you. Oh, shit, it's a thunderstorm. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and subscribe, leave a like, comment what you want to see next, and just let me know. Peace. Hello. He nodded at me.